2019 has been a spectacularly productive year so far for music and video games, over here at least. Yeah, it's been really cool. There's something about the number 19 that's always been my favorite number, and now one of the 3 super holy Raiva numbers to me. 2019, man. So what I have come across now, since I've been through a 4-month development period where it goes alpha dev, beta dev, gamma dev, delta dev, those are each 1 month, so that's a 4-month period. Now by the way, those are based on the Socionics Quadras, and the suggested dispositions of each month and development period work the same way as the dispositions of the quadras, mimicking the quadra movement, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and how they work in order to build a specific product. In my case, I work on albums and video games. There could be other things in the future, such as novels, films perhaps, music videos definitely. Although so far music videos have just been like a little promotional item along the way. Anyway, so I've gone through one of those. Now I'm on the second 4-month period. And I've noticed that in order to keep my individual progress going on things and keep track of things, it really helps to have this system. So if I'm going by the Greek alphabet, I can extend the 4 months and the 4 letters. Firstly, I extended it to 8, so I'm in the 5th letter right now, which is Epsilon. February 2019 is Epsilon Dev, and I'm also exploring the 5th circuit of consciousness according to the 8th circuit model of consciousness. But I'd like to now extend this model all the way throughout the entire Greek alphabet. So there's 24 letters in the Greek alphabet, and each letter would have a month. That's 24 months, that's 2 years. So it gives me a 2-year plan of development, and every 4 months there's a significant release. I've got it marked MR in my notes, like major release. So Pinkinbaemonogatari came out at the beginning of like February 1st, just 17 days ago, and after a delta dev period, after the 4th month. And it's an early access release. So then the next version of that game, or whatever that game becomes, will come out 4 months from now, around June 1st. And this seems to be a pretty comfortable schedule for me. So if you go for the 4 months, the first month period is what we're calling an alpha form development period, is like alpha quadrant in Socionics and mbti. So there's a lot of deliberation, and we do things for intellectual stimulation. It's based on TI, FE, and NESI. NESI gives the deliberation period. It doesn't push anything into NISE production. But the next month, a beta form month does. And what the beta form month does is it rapid prototypes the best ideas, best ideas, from the deliberation period of an alpha form month. Then after that, after the rapid prototyping of a beta form month, there's a gamma form month, which expands and makes long-term decisions on the results of beta, so what actually got prototyped and can manifest. After the gamma form month, it goes to the delta form month, which is the building month, and we're actually building things in that month, meaning so like for a video game, it is actually called a build. For an album, it would be, we've got the album and it's mixed and probably near mastering at that point. So like worst case scenario, we could have something that could be foreseeably released early on in the month already. We're working on that build. And then at the end of that delta form period is when the thing is really released. And then it starts over again and iterates, kind of like an agile system, because this system is pretty influenced by Agile project methodology. Agile, Socionics, 8-circuit model of consciousness, and the Greek alphabet. So now we're going to extend this to a 24-month period, and it'll go all the way up to September of 2020, which is a pretty long way away from now, but it gives us a lot of time to schedule a major release of something or some things every 4 months, and it will really keep me on point, I hopefully, and it already has kept me very much on point as an individual working on these things. You know, I don't have an employer, it's just me. I got to get myself to get these things done. This gives me a great organizational system for doing such things, and the months really do have a different spirit and quality to them, thanks to understanding of socionics and the quadras. So although I may be part of one quadra with my specific personality, I really have to look for more understanding of all the types and all the quadra styles, because the real intention of this is to master it within myself first, and then be able to work with other people. You know, in a bigger, grandiose version of it is actually having a socionic workforce, meaning the people I work with, I have a pretty good typing of them to know which kind of period that they're best in, so I can understand, you know, which development period is really specialized to them. So if I can't bring people on full-time, I can work with people part-time, because like the reality of what we're having now, especially with a lot of millennials, is a lot of us have full-time jobs or a few part-time jobs, and we're looking for more self-employment. So self-employment has to start with these part-time gigs and part-time development. So we're working towards understanding that, and also moving towards profit sharing, so we can have more co-op in what we're doing, talent co-op in everything we do, and keeping track. We look at the best ways to keep track of who did what and who gets credit for what. These are really, really important things, because a lot of us are moving towards entrepreneurship, and we're being encouraged to, even by large corporations, which is very encouraging and very exciting, but also at times scary, because we don't have a real roadmap. This is part of my way of anticipating and forming the kind of leadership that I can, in order to anticipate the future and get things rolling towards entrepreneurship for myself and a lot of people around me. This is a roadmap for the future based on Agile and Socionics, like I said. So we will go from Alpha to Omega from October 2018, which has already occurred, all the way to September 2020. And every 4 months, there will be a major release. And that's what I'm doing over here. So I thank you for watching. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing, please subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. This is my call to action that we learn when we're doing pitches in entrepreneurship. Subscribe already, please. And I'm also going to do certain things. I'm going to have build more ritual and ceremony into the videos that I'm doing. So I've already created some videos that are scheduled to release a little bit later on. There's going to be one that releases at the beginning of each month, and it's truly ceremony. So it is somewhere between project management and religious ceremony. I am going that far, and I'm very excited to do it. So the call to action again: subscribe, 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 like, comment. Thanks. Bye.